Every major American war in the last century made someone extraordinarily rich, and it probably wasn't who you think. While soldiers died on foreign soil and families sacrificed at home, a parallel war was being fought, a financial one. This is the story of how America turned bloodshed into the most profitable business model in history and why you're still paying for it today. 1914. Europe tears itself apart. Millions march into trenches. Artillery shells rain down endlessly. And across the Atlantic, Wall Street sees an opportunity. J.P. Morgan strikes a deal that changes everything. His firm arranges billions in loans to Britain and France, billions that dwarf the entire U.S. federal budget. He becomes their purchasing agent, funneling American steel, wheat, coal, and munitions across the ocean. Every shell that explodes carries not just TNT, but debt obligations to American financiers. When America officially enters the war in 1917, it's already too late to stay neutral. Wall Street's money is on the line. If Britain and France lose, American banks lose everything. National security and financial interests become the same thing. For the first time, an entire nation is financially mobilized. Liberty bonds are sold with emotional propaganda. Uncle Sam points, "I want you." Celebrities parade through cities. Children collect coins for thrift stamps. Ordinary Americans lend their savings as patriotic duty. But here's what they don't tell you. While small savers invest a few dollars, the real winners are at the top. Factories boom. Profits soar. Morgan's influence over governments becomes unprecedented, and a new system is born. War financed not by gold or taxes alone, but by debt sold to citizens and underwritten by private banks. That system never went away. Fast forward to 1939. Europe collapses again. American factories surge to fill the gap. Roosevelt declares America the arsenal of democracy, and by Pearl Harbor, production is already at full tilt. But watch the money. The Treasury issues war bonds. The Federal Reserve backs them. Over 85 million Americans buy bonds, raising more than $185 billion, over half the total war cost. The formula is perfected. Package sacrifice as investment, turns citizens into lenders of last resort. Meanwhile, Boeing, General Motors, Ford, they shift to military contracts that guarantee profits regardless of efficiency. The government fronts the money, factories churn out weapons, shareholders collect dividends. War is no longer just tragedy, it's an economic engine, and something else happens, quietly. The end of the gold standard begins. The dollar becomes backed not by metal, but by American power, industrial output, and military might. After Bretton Woods in 1944, it becomes official. The dollar is crowned the world's reserve currency. Think about that. Wars that destroyed Europe made America the financial center of the world. Every bond sold, every loan issued, all of it built the foundation for global financial dominance. The war machine wasn't just military, it was economic. 1991, Gulf War. The conflict is brief, but defense industries and oil corporations make enormous gains. War is broadcast live, and so are the profits. Military technology companies showcase precision weapons, boosting stock prices instantly. War becomes both proving ground and marketing campaign. Then September 11th changes everything. Or does it? The war on terror costs an estimated $6 trillion when you include long-term veteran care and debt interest. That number could have funded free college for generations, rebuilt infrastructure, transformed healthcare. Instead, it feeds Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Halliburton. The financing follows the same playbook. Bonds are issued. The Fed keeps rates low to sustain debt. Taxpayers shoulder the load through ballooning deficits that become the national debt we live under today. Here's the hidden irony. America rarely wins these wars traditionally. Vietnam ended in withdrawal. Iraq descended into chaos. Afghanistan was abandoned after 20 years. But financially, the wars never failed. Contracts were fulfilled. Loans were repaid. Interest kept accruing. War became profitable regardless of outcome. For those at the top, endless conflict isn't a problem. It's a business model. The military-industrial complex Eisenhower warned about in 1961 has merged completely with the financial system. Defense spending exceeds $800 billion yearly. Entire industries depend on it. Wall Street profits from financing it. Politicians protect it for votes. The money in your pocket, the inflation you feel, the taxes deducted from your paycheck, all tied to a system that normalized war as a permanent background condition. Whether bombs are dropping or not, the machinery runs constantly. The 2008 collapse used the same playbook. Government bailouts, corporate profits protected, citizens holding the bag. The pandemic response, trillions in stimulus flowing to markets and corporations rather than working people. The mechanisms perfected in wartime now apply in peace. The war machine and financial system are one. Here's the unsettling truth. Once you see this, you realize conflict and crisis aren't anomalies. They're features. They're opportunities for those who understand how to leverage debt, currency, and resources. For everyone else, they're traps. Inflation erodes savings. Bubbles burst. Debt tightens. The system thrives on volatility because volatility creates dependency. Money and power are inseparable. Every major conflict in modern history has been as much about financial opportunity as ideology. When you hear calls for intervention, when defense budgets rise, when your cost of living creeps higher, ask not just who the enemy is, but who is profiting. This is real financial education, not just budgeting or investing, but understanding how the system is designed, who it serves, and recognizing the patterns that repeat endlessly. The next time someone tells you war is about honor, democracy, or freedom, remember, war is also about balance sheets, interest payments, and corporate profits. History doesn't repeat, but the financial system ensures it rhymes in ways that keep you paying the bill. If you want real wealth and freedom, see past the slogans. Recognize the machinery of money and power for what it is. Because if you don't understand it, it will crush you all the same. Hit subscribe. History has the answers. We'll show you where to look.